Minnesota Vikings mercifully ended the 2022 regular season with a 29-13 win over the crooked Chicago Bears, allowing the Bears to earn the number 1 overall pick. But the Vikings finished 13-4, wanting some more, and it's a hell of an accomplishment for your first-year head coach Kevin O'Connell. And he met with the local media jackals after the win, and I like that O'Connell, he didn't give in to the reflecting on the season yet, or saying like, oh, it's a big accomplishment, blah, 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 even though the reporters were sort of goading him. But I mean, it's business is a business, and he says we're on to the playoffs, and I love that mentality. It's a brand new season. Let's get after it. So here's a couple things that Kevin O'Connell said at his presser after the Bears win. First off, on injuries, Ben Gessling, Star Tribune, go. Kevin O'Connell said Sean Sullivan had a knee contusion. Dalvin Cook took a cleat to the leg, but both should be good to go for the playoffs, O'Connell said. Dalvin, they did mention that he was bleeding on his left leg, but that was the reason why he went in. There wasn't anything major with the injury, so that's why they felt comfortable putting him back into the lineup. And Sean took a shot late. Him and Theo Jackson collided on a pass breakup, but the Vikings starting slot cornerback hopefully should be 100% for wildcard weekend. Thomason, Pioneer Press. Kevin McCall said that late first half and field goal that didn't count, we did not handle that well, and that's an understatement. It was a bit of a clown show. It was a Chinese fire drill. It was whatever adjectives you have out there. Just the mismanagement of the timeouts, letting the clock tick down before taking the second one, not stressing to Kirk Cousins, hey, if it's not there, do not check it down, because we're not going to have, well, first off, it would have been 4th down, so you can't clock it, and it would have been exceedingly hard to just run the field goal team onto the field. And it looked like the offense didn't know what was going on. It looked like special teams didn't even know what was going on, hence the 12 men on the field penalty, which it's kind of foobar. Like, apparently that's the only thing where you can go back on review and call a penalty, which is kind of stupid. Anyways, Gessling. O'Connell said he expects the Vikings will have ZaDarius Smith for the playoff game next weekend. Smith will fly back with the team tonight. O'Connell said they've been in communication all weekend, and his plan was for Smith not to play regardless of his personal matter. So we don't have any details of what's going on with ZaDarius, but hopefully everything is well. But the fact that he says that he expects to have ZaDarius back, doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy. So hopefully, whatever's going on with ZaDarius gets worked out, and he's back in the lineup for wildcard weekend. Thomason. O'Connell said Harrison Smith was basically just rested today after playing a lot of snaps this season. He will play next week. Now, the reports came out. The reports came out that Harrison had a setback, or his knee felt sore. Right, but I think that was more the team explaining things where they didn't list Harrison on the injury report. So now if they sat him, I mean, they would have been fined or gotten in a bit of hot water for that. So I think that's why the team straight up came out and said, yeah, after practice he felt a little sore. So just sort of CYA thing. So hopefully Harrison will be ready to rock and roll. Although Josh Metellus looked pretty good. No. And then lastly, we'll rag at Sports Illustrated. Kevin O'Connell on Duke Shelley, who got his first career interception day against his former team and received a game ball afterwards. All that guy, full quote. It's been huge. He got the ball out on the field, and we gave him a game ball in the locker room coming back here to his former team. All that guy's done since he got here to Minnesota is be a great teammate, work incredibly hard, be reliable as any player I've ever been around. He's as competitive as any player I've ever been around, and he's an absolute joy to have on your football team. I feel blessed and lucky to have benefited from Kwesi's guys identifying a player like that to add, and just continue to hope for Duke's to experience success here with us and continue to be a big part of our defense. Extend Duke Shelley. Sign him up for an extension right now. Just do it up. Duke has shown that he can be a starter in this league on the outside. He does remind me of a diet version of Antoine Winfield Jr. He's not scared at all to stick his nose in there and tackling. He's not scared to go up and contest the catch spots, and he's just a hell of a player. Plus, you saw on the sideline how amped Patrick Peterson was, how amped Durante Jones, the DB coach, was, how amped the rest of the cornerbacks were. They love Duke Shelley. Duke Shelley is a hell of a player, and he's a great teammate, and he's got some love from Kevin O'Connell as well. But that's it. Let's go over a couple things that Kevin O'Connell said in the presser. We're on to the playoffs. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.